Hey guys, this is Simon with Trade Inform Coaching and Trading. Wanted to review today's setups just on the highest odds algo setup. So I'm going to go through NQ, Russell, and ES. This is for team members as well as people who are just trying to learn the process, right? And I'm just going to focus on the trigger only. So if you have a question or you'd like to come visit the room, you can email me at tradeandperform@gmail.com. That's TRADENPERFORM@gmail.com. Okay, so I want to show you. We'll start off with um, just with the algo. And again, I'm not going to put any bias in this. And I actually want to go from early morning all the way through. So I'm going to do first all the longs that's set up. So the long that we're looking for specifically, if I open this up, is we're looking for what's called the no demand uh, orthodox engulfing bar with an algo on top, which is, so those who are new, we're looking for this little diamond to appear and this little bar right here. So this is trade number one. This is before 2 a.m., right? See it pushed up. So I'm only looking for the longs. I'm showing the losses, and I'm just going to keep a quick note. And if I can get at least a dime out of it, we'll call that a profitable trade, just so you know what the measure is. But we're obviously looking for more swings. So longs, number, wins, losers, right? And let's just count all the losers as a flat 20 cents. The stop is usually 15 to 20 cents. So let's just say they're a max stop every time they set up. So that was your first long. It obviously went for more than 10 cents, right? So we'll call that trade one winner. Okay, then we're going to cruise through. We'll go back and look for the shorts later this morning. No, 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 no. There's trade. This is trade two right here. So you got to remember it's oil inventory day. That's trade two. That's clearly a winner. It's worth a lot of money actually. Um, this is trade three right here. Here, let me erase these lines because this is from an earlier count I was doing. And I welcome any questions about it. But trade three right here, again, we had the algos firing on both sides. That clearly grabbed a dime. Let's make sure that grabbed a dime. You wouldn't have taken it there for multiple reasons. We don't trade between 9 and 9:30 in front of numbers, but I'm just trying to show where the algo triggered. We I don't like trading oil inventory days in general. You can see that traded from, your entry would have been 81.91, and you would have been able to grab a dime scale out of that. So that goes down as a winner. You got another trigger right here, and this one did not go for a dime. You can see it just missed. It went for 99 cents, so we're going to call that a loser. Loser number one. You wouldn't have taken it there. You're right in front of the numbers, and you're right in front of resistance. But nonetheless, if it triggered, we're just going to count the trigger. Again, this would have been a loser, so that's loser number two, right? So and this is actually loser number three. Again, you would not have taken that. That was just minutes after they released the inventory number. Again, guys in the room know we put a window around that so that we don't get smoked while the market's making a move. So, but for the sake of just counting it on pure count, we'll call that loser number three. This is loser number four. All right, inventory day can be hard. And then let's see if we find, this is winner number three, right? And again, you can see the idea is to combine location plus the algo. So again, you can see here, this is 80.82 to 81.05, actually a little bit more than that, 81.06, almost 25 cents. So the idea is to cover and be able to get extensions so that you're getting a greater than one-to-one risk reward. You can see eventually that stretched for 50 cents there. More than that, your entry would have been 80.82 and it switched to 81.50, so 70 cents, right? I'm trying to see if there's another entry here before the end of the day. I generally don't trade after 12 o'clock. This would have been your next entry right here, 12:51. So that's trade number 4, if I got the count correct. And obviously, again, you got paid really nicely on trade number 4. So it was 4 losers, 4 winners. Keep in mind that of those 4 losers, that 2 of them came right inside of, we don't trade that. Really, we don't trade the past 8:30 into 9:30. We just kind of let the trade work out, but we wouldn't have taken any of these losses or wins that got generated in here, because you'll see in a minute the shorts got generated as well. We just don't take them around this area, and there's a reason for it. Things are unpredictable around oil inventory, and we don't like to get smoked, right? So again, this is going to be a little bit boring, but I want everyone to see what the potential is of the algo. So now we're just going to go through and count the same thing on the shorts. So on the shorts, I'm looking for the pretty much the same setup, just in reverse. I'm looking for the pink bar followed by the little yellow diamond underneath. So you can see just all the way through here, no shorts set up. So all of these, there's different algo combinations within here. It just so happens that that particular algo did not set up all morning long. That one trade did set up. Let's see if this pushed you right here at 5:30. If that pushed you to a profit, because this would have been the first, actually this would have been the second short setup right here at 3:51. So shorts so far, 2 trades, winners, losers. So 1 loser for sure. And then we are looking, let's see, this would have been a loser right here. I doubt you would have taken that push off the low, but it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is it's set up. So we're just trying to count it raw, right? This setup clearly made it to your 10 cents and more, probably 20 cents there. So 1 winner, right? There's your next trade again. There's no way you would have taken that at 8:04. We were in support. So you got to remember, when I'm looking at this algo, I'm trading it against this support resistance chart here. And you can see 81.41 was an area that we were looking, like our most important levels come underneath these green levels. So like 81.41 was a level, 80.80 is a level. I'm not going to short into that. I'll short on the backside of it, but I'm not going to short into that because I know I get a buy response almost every time I get into these levels, right? And then I have more detailed levels like 79.90 is a key level tonight when we push in. If we gap down to that 79.90, if we don't gap underneath it, I would expect a response out of that 79.90. So we're mixing trade location plus the algo, which tells us where to get in, where to get out. So again, had you done this, this still gave you a dime. So we'll count it as a trade. But what I'm trying to give people an idea of is, hey, we're looking for a very specific combo plus location. So that's going to be winner number 2. This is a stop number 2. Again, 8:43. You're going to see an entry here. This would have been a winner. You wouldn't have taken it because of the time frame, right? That's winner number 3. This is winner number 4 right here. Again, I'm just looking for one specific thing, which is a pink bar, this pink bar, and then this yellow diamond, right? So that's my entry. Clearly that went to profit. That's winner number 5. Excuse me, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. So we're 5 out of 7 so far on the short side. I don't think we had a lot of shorts set up afterwards. And they have to be right next to each other or they don't count as a trade. I just don't think it showed up again all the way through here. No one would have been trading here, but technically these are stops. I clearly don't trade after pit session close, so I'm not going to count those into the trade count, because if you're trading CL at 1:57 in the afternoon, you're in the wrong league anyways. That's just a difficult trade. So on the shorts, we had a total of 7 trades, 5 winners, 2 losers. On the long side, we had a total of 8 trades, 4 winners, 4 losers. Again, guys, particularly, I'm aiming this at the guys in the room, at location, right? When we're getting down to these locations like this morning, it's really important that you combine location plus algo, right? This 8141 was a very key area, right? So when you look over here to the left, so here's 8141. I'm going to draw a line. This is the 10-minute balance area. Here's 8141. When I get that trigger right there, guys, I'm going to highlight that. You got to be all over it because that's giving you 2 different time frames with 2 different measures. This is telling you that the momentum has changed. It's like looking at a thumbnail. You're looking at a very specific setup and you're like, oh, things have changed there. I want to grab that trade, right? And that tells you that it's about to launch. It's very, very important setup to get paid, right? When you're up here at this 82, let me go back to this chart for a second. Okay, so see this, we're right here. We're right into this 8141 right here, right? So there's 2 charts. There's this larger swing chart where we're looking for areas where swing can get set up from. And then we're looking for on the detailed chart where we go. So this is the, let me blow this up so y'all can see it. Right. So you got to remember, we get this long in here underneath 8141. We're getting long right in here. Well, this is my resistance. This is an anomaly from a profile chart, right? So that's the reason why I was saying, look, you're just not going to take the long when it sets up on top. Like your resistance is right there at 8211. Here, I'll put it up here. That's your upside target, right? Why would you ever take a long at 81.96 when you know resistance is sitting right above you? That's why I was saying we didn't take these stops because we know where the support and resistance levels are. We're combining higher time frame with lower time frame. It's really important that you understand that and you get those 2 pieces correct, guys, because it'll have a huge impact on your entries and on your exits, right? So the other thing that I want to cover here is on both sides. So this is more for guys in the room. What we were looking for is once we got above, remember, I drew this out in the room, guys, in real time. You know, this is effectively, that's not even just effectively, it is the wave to the low, right? This became the wave to the low. So we have a couple things. We have the 8140. We have the wave to the low. We have a close above the wave. That wave, by the way, does not change. It's locked in. Once I get these bars, 2 of these green bars print, this wave will not reprint. Okay. Wave to the low, above, back in. This is where I said you could load that trade up. And that's an 8140 to 8196. You had to be willing to trade on inventory days. They can be funky. They just produce interesting trades. So you just had to appreciate the risk and take it, right? So now when you erase all that and you go through here, so you got to remember 8211 is resistance, right? We should have been able to make that resistance pretty easily. That's where it was sitting, right? This becomes your wave right here to the high. Okay, numbers come out at 9:30. That means the beginning of that wave is right here. All right, wave to the high. That's the bottom of the wave. Okay, we're not underneath that wave yet. Okay, now this is the orthodox close underneath this wave to the high. Right, now any move back up into this area and I'm looking for potential short setups. So let's just see what happened. Did it fall straight away or did it come back up? So there's the push back in, right? So guys, I want to point out that was perfect entry wise. Okay, so the guys in the room would be fair to say, well, Simon, you didn't take that short. I didn't. I was unsure what the market was wanting to do. So I passed on that short, right? The point isn't whether I took it or not. Most days I would have taken that trade. The point is that's what the setup looked like. Like that's picture perfect in both cases. What would have been picture perfect over here is if you had this setup right here, if it had occurred right over here. So my aggressiveness will vary based on whether this setup comes in or not, right? You'll see that that rejection out of that area was just fantastic. Now, you'll also notice on these presses into the long, right? So guys, remember what we want to do in the room is we want to take out stops. So did this stop? And if you remember in real time, I said I would not take this long. We avoided this stop and we avoided this stop. Why would I not take that long? This long was easy to read because I wanted to be able to get a clear close underneath this level, right? So this long was this stop was easy to avoid, right? And I just didn't like the way in general that the market was trading. So if you look as we came through, right, I'm always talking in the room about aggressive trades versus non-aggressive trades. So this was the aggressive trade. So go through and think through the different scenarios, right? This was the aggressive trade, but you were right underneath support coming into the day, and it's pretty common to find responsive buyers, right? This is after the number, you're underneath the wave to the high, and the problem with this long is there's no reasonable way to get back above the wave to the high over here, and you'll see as they push, excuse me, the wave to the low. What we want, right, what we want is a push into this low. So see again when it just takes out the low right over here. So look at the difference in the quality of what was setting up. So I want to show you this. This would have been your first potential long, right? See how the volume bar there, how it hadn't broken the low yet, right? It had not broken, we had not gotten that wick that had broken below. But even if you had taken that, look at the volume right here. Now look at the volume right here. Not the biggest volume, not the biggest down volume. Actually, I take it back. That would have been a valid long right there. I probably would have taken that if I was looking to get long at 10.14. I didn't take the stop. I didn't take the short either. So it's not an issue for me one way or the other. I would have taken the stop there. If I was just on automatic, I would have taken the stop here and I would have taken the stop here. I wasn't, right? Now, if you look when we push back through, right? Notice that when we came down, they pushed. Here's the low. Okay. Notice this push back down right here on this wave. Arrow. Push back down, then bigger wave, and then bam. Like that's almost a perfect setup. And then the other thing I'm going to note here, even though these stopped, is if you can get that red triangle down, drawn in on top of everything else, the win rate's very, very high if you can get that set up. I realized today that that setup didn't work exactly picture perfect, but nonetheless, it's a very powerful combo. We wouldn't have had this many stops on most days. It was just today with oil inventory and the range expansion. That was a little bit more challenging. And again, if you look to location, let me explain to you why this made sense. I'm going to erase all these lines. The locations we wanted to break, right? And again, this comes right from the charts, right? Notice we're responding as soon as we break these levels. These are key levels, right? This 80.38, 80.78. So if I lay those out on the chart over here, this is 80.78. Okay, I am trying to get down below here, right? I know when I get this algo right on this level, like it's not like I'm trying to guess where that's going to come in. I'm going to be like, hey, near 80.78, we're going to get a response, right? So when I get to 80.78, that whole area between 81.41, I already got the bounce out of 81.41. So I know 81.41 is probably going to act as resistance. 80.78 is going to probably act as support. And then my next area I'm going to look at is going to be 80.38, right? Just like tonight, I would look at 79.90 area, 79.42, 33, then 78.67, depending on how hard we get beaten up on the way down, right? So when I look at all that, right, and now I'm looking at this location. So I probably don't take this trade right here, but I definitely would take this trade right here. And then when I come back up from that 80.77, right, where am I looking at? I'm actually hoping that we'll hit 81.41, right? And what do I know at 81.41? That if a short sets up in that area, right? So this area, this is what this looks like when we cross it with that chart, right? It just looks a little bit different, and I'm looking for pinpoint accuracy on my entries, right? So therefore, this 80.77 has already worked once, right? You can take it again if you're willing to take it the second time, right? And then the next level is 80.38, and I'm going to show you, even though it was after hours and there's no way in heck I would have traded it. But here's that 80.38. Okay, now I'm looking for the same setup. I want this no demand bar to be right next to this bar with this green algo. It doesn't occur. So you pass on it. No stop, no entry, nothing, right? And then the next level down is, where are we at? 79, level I had was 79.95. Is that right? Yeah, 79.95. That's the next level that's on the chart. No demand. I don't know why you would have taken that into the close, but no demand. There's a little green dot. You're long right at the close of this bar, and you lift. All right, so we'll see tonight. I'll go rework those charts. I was actually going to do ES and Russell and NQ as well, but this took a lot longer. What's my point? Guys, combine location with chart setup. So the last piece that I'm going to leave in here, and I want to talk about the market for a second. When we look at our levels for today, guys, so this is an all-time high on Russell. It's just not rolling back, right? Wait till you see the two-sided price action kick back in. We did a great job not getting run over in this short today, right? We saw that it broke out. In ES, right? I said wait till you get above 46.26 to look for a short. And we're looking for long underneath 46.05. It just didn't get underneath 46.05. At the top of the market, when we're in a market melt up, we're just going to have fewer trades. That's okay, right? We make, as day traders, most of our money when the volatility increases when we come off highs, not when we're at highs where the rotations are the smallest. This money is for guys who get long and stay long. And congratulations to them. Nothing negative about that. You just want to make sure you know who you are as a trader. We're day traders. We've got to watch the counter rotations, right? Again, on NQ, right? We were looking to get below 15,770. We didn't get there. That's just all there is to it, right? Forget the individual levels. Just the best area to find a swing level for us was going to be at 15,866, and you can just see we just couldn't get there, right? And I said, don't bother shorting the thing today. It's just too freaking hard. If you're going to look for longs, focus on the long side. Don't worry about the short side. It's not rolling as hard as we would like it to. The rotations are really mega small. They're under 50 points, under 40 points on rotation, right? Versus the 100 to 200 points, 300 points that we had just a couple of weeks ago, right? And then if you shorted this, that was all on you. That you're trading the Fed, and I've got no issue with that. There was no reason to short that. I was just straight up buy programs. And then finally, when you look at ES, right? ES just couldn't get to a short level. This will break, but everyone's going to turn their attention to non-farm payrolls. Tomorrow's probably balance, right? And I think our best opportunities will probably come in CL, right? They're just, people are going to be looking to buy the dip on ES, NQ until there's some damage done, right? And so our buy level will be closer to 46.15 tomorrow, but I doubt we get there. So you're either going to have to Trust the algo when looking for longs as they set up in the process, but it's easier when you combine the algo with trade location. That comes down to discipline. Some people have it, some people don't. The ones who have it make more money. The ones who don't tend to lose money. Anyways, this is Simon. I'm a trade and perform coach, and I hope that helped, guys. I need to get into the rhythm of putting in the trade reviews. We do the work in the morning. I just haven't had time. I'm making time now, so there it is, and it's out. So I will talk to y'all a bit later. See you guys.